I'll tell you what. Sure. Right. I'll tell you why. Right? Because the Quran is split into two categories: Makki and Madani. Right?
Okay, yeah.
How do we know? Right? Because the Muslims, we know which chapters and in many cases which verses are revealed in which city. And not only that, we know what was revealed in between. We know what was revealed on journeys to expeditions. Right? We have this information. In fact, you know, I'm currently doing a series on the preservation of the Quran. Okay, I'm not going to advertise my YouTube channel, but because I have the primary sources there. If you check my channel out, it's called Yemenite Front. Right. I have a series called The Holes in the Narrative. If you know, you know why it's called that, right? So and I produce the primary evidences as to how we know this information. Okay? And so we know exactly what was revealed when and where, because we have extra Quranic information that documents which verses were revealed at which time, for what event, for what purpose, and so on and so forth. Now, the majority of the verses of the Quran were not revealed based on events. In fact, when we talk about reasons of revelation, that's actually a minority of the Quran, not much. But because it's the most we talk about it, people assume that the majority of the Quran is revealed based on events. That's not the case. Yeah? So we have all of this information, and we actually look at it, all ties in together, right?
Yeah.
And so when we talk about the existence of Mecca, first and foremost, we can look at pre-Islamic poetry. Pre-Islamic poetry is 6th century, right? And it speaks about Mecca. And it doesn't name the city, it names the Kaaba itself, right? And it mentions about the kiswa, this kiswa, which is the cloth that hangs over the Kaaba. It mentions that explicitly.
But wasn't the Kaaba just a stone? And then, technically...
That's the black stone. The Kaaba is the entire structure, the cube.
But I thought that was built at a later date. No, I don't know.
No, in our tradition, and even in the tradition of the Quraysh, they knew, right, that it was built by Abraham and his son Ishmael. In fact, even if you look at, there are articles that speak about the paintings within the pre-Islamic Kaaba. Yeah. There are articles, academic journals that speak about paintings within the pre-Islamic Kaaba.
Yeah.
Right? I forget the name of the author because I'm terrible with names, and he speaks about a painting in which he had the depiction of Abraham and his son Ishmael. Now, Ishmael was depicted with divination arrows. So this idea that Ishmael was an archer was already known to the Arabs, except they attributed pagan stuff to him, like divination.
Yeah.
But we know that Abraham and his sons were monotheists, right? But pagan tradition entered into Mecca. But also we have epigraphy within the 6th century that mention Allah.
Yeah.
And it mentions Hubal, Manat, Al-Uzza, right? Which is also mentioned in the Quran.
Yeah.
Now this is within Arabia. This is not in Petra.
Yeah.
Right? These inscriptions are actually not found in Petra.
Where would
They're
I
found
find
in northern Arabia.
the pre-Islamic sources about the city of Mecca and all that?
So in terms of Mecca being mentioned specifically, right, as the name Mecca, you won't find that, because even the Quran mentions the Mecca, right? It names, it doesn't, if you look in the Quran never mentions Mecca. It calls it Mecca, right? Yeah, I'm actually explaining about Mecca at the moment.
Yes. No, I would like you to give me an example of local information about Mecca in the Quran, just as we find about Palestine in the
Well, that would be a category error, because the Bible is constructed differently to how the Quran is constructed. The Quran,
documentary work,
it really is.
geography of the New Testament. Really interesting.
Can I speak about the Quran? You know, like, I'm pretty sure I know about my book. But I'm speaking from evidence. I'm not speaking. I'm actually speaking from evidence.
An example of local evidence in the Quran.
Can I just say something to you, my dear? the geography in the New Testament is all over the place. There are lines and aspects of the New Testament that are picked up that are completely ungeographical, and it often shows us that the
Could you
people
give me
that.
an example
Yeah, if
of
you give me-
something that has been proved to be wrong?
I like
Yeah, I mean, there's tons
Because
of it.
We're gonna
it
have
is
to do that.
absolutely full of names
learning.
and
We're
places and politicians.
I've done a lot of research, so a lot of it is up here.
As an example,
So-
I mean, well,
An
come over there.
example. Yeah.
We're here to learn,
Yeah.
you know.
No,
Do
no,
you
it's good.
think it's wrong?
Do you want to? Because
we'll
you can sort
do that in a
of.
minute.
No, I'm saying if you want to have a conversation, it's like because like we sort of
Well,
crossing
no,
over.
exactly.
Yeah, no, it's so.
I'm just finding no evidence from this side, but
Well,
I am interested in her point of view as well.
no,
So I'm
I'm
interested
familiar.
in all of it.
So,
you know.
okay, so
No, we're
let me give you an
talking
example. Let me give you an example. In chapter 111 of the Quran, it speaks about a local event.
sorry, can I find this chapter 11?
Actually, let's go to chapter 30 of the Quran. That's actually one of my favorite examples.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's have a look at 30.
chapter 30.
We have bins there.
No, that is the worst thing. It's like this place is known.
You think we're like hundreds of people meet up for discourse?
I demand that my tax pounds go to bins. Bins. Sure.
Yes, chapter 30.
Aisha. No, that's just not the criteria of marriage in Islam. Huh? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm glad. I know, I'm glad. I'm happy about it. Yeah. Right? She's not. She wasn't. There is much you do not know.
Sorry, we've...
Oh no.
Yeah, you carry on. You carry on. I didn't expect to get caught into like such an
I would
intellectual
just like to
discussion.
reference.
Yeah, it's a fiery question.
For those who know, it's not.
Yeah, this reference, what is the reference?
Definitely wasn't.
Oh, she was.
She was not.
She was not.
Your favourite reference?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'll explain it to you in a bit.
well,
Right?
no, the reference.
Yeah, so chapter 30, verses 1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Verses 1 to 3. Go for it.
I wouldn't even find my way around with these books. I wouldn't know where to find things in these books.
The Greeks have been defeated in the
Greeks?
neighbouring land.
It's not
They shall themselves escape.
Let me see. See, this is the thing. We know about our Quran. Why are you saying about? Why do you say Greeks? Can I see the book? Can I see it? No, the cover. The cover.
cover.
It is.
So that's not.
It's not a
That's not the
Quran.
Quran. That is not the Quran.
You don't
Let me
want
see.
to use
My apologies.
because
wanna see.
for us,
I'll tell you why.
they are an independent source of translation.
Auntie. My apologies, because in the Quran it says غُلِبَتِ الروم, okay? Which Rum does not mean Greek, okay? It means Roman.
Roman. It's different.
We know
Romans
our
are
Quran.
Ancestors.
We know our Quran. So when you're saying the Greek, that is not a correct translation of the Quran.
Yeah, this is.
What would you say is the
This
best one to
is
get for a good translation
Darwood.
that you can read in English?
Not that.
Who is the most popular translator?
Okay, so
The NIV is pretty good.
no, about the
You
Quran.
say it's the
About the
Romans.
Quran.
Okay.
Yeah.
So me personally,
Land.
I would say Sahih International. That is the one I prefer, but I have issues with that translation as well. None of the translations are perfect. Let me be clear, right? Because you're always going to lose some meaning, and and you're dependent on translator's choice. Okay. Problematic for the world? No, it's not, because you can still understand what the Quran is trying to convey to you.
You can get the deeper meaning.
But there are deeper meanings there, because the reason why there's translator's choice is because there are contexts, and sometimes there is multiple contexts within a single verse, and so you can only communicate so much, right? So sometimes you have to look at various different translations to sort of get a deeper understanding. But of course, the full understanding is if you immerse yourself in studying the original language, as you would do with the Bible, right?
Okay, you say it's the Greek.
You would have to learn the Greek and the Hebrew.
I'm going to whack this in a bit.
Yeah,
I'll be
you
back
say
in a minute.
it's the Romans.
Lovely meeting you.
No worries.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, so chapter 30.
So that is your example of local knowledge in the Quran. The Romans had been defeated, and there was a 50-50 chance that they would come back.
No, it wasn't a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
So the reason why I went to this, because first and foremost, it not only speaks about a local event, it's also a prophecy. Okay, so let's expand on this. Okay, when it mentions غُلِبَتِ الروم, okay, it mentions that a news that has reached the Meccans, okay, the people. Now, when we look into the history regarding this, it was known to the people, right, that the Romans have been defeated. Now, where have they been defeated? They have been defeated in Palestine, right? Khosrow was overcame.
By the Persians in Syria.
There is a historical source. It's called Pashal, right? It's in Greek. Now, in this book, it's a contemporary source from the 7th century, right? And it mentions from page 715.
Sorry, I do have some. Yeah.
From page 715 to the end of the book, it documents. It documents from the 4th year of the reign of Heraclius. Okay. Now we're talking about the Quran and how it compares to extra Quranic history. So this source, Pashal, okay, is a Greek source, right? And it's preserved by a German, okay, by the name of Dindorf. And he documents in this book, page 715 to the end of the book, from the years 614 to, from the year 622 to the year 628. Now, in this 6-year period is when Heraclius actually started to gain footing and start winning battles against the Persians.
Yes,
Okay?
and the Muslims rejoice that they've won their battles.
Yeah.
So you know, the 50-50 chance.
No, it wasn't a
that they
50-50
could
chance.
lose.
It wasn't a
They
50-50
rejoice
chance.
that they've won.
It wasn't a 50-50 chance.
And so that is.
No history.
Okay.
No historian ever says it was a 50-50
okay,
chance.
So that is your historical proof that the Quran is from God.
No,
that
you didn't.
The Muslims
You
won
didn't.
their battle.
Well, it wasn't even about the Muslims.
Well, it says the Muslims rejoiced.
The Muslims rejoiced about what? About what?
That their side had won.
Who's their side?
The Romans.
The Romans not.
Greeks,
It's not because they are. It's not because they're their side.
Either the most widely read, which is what Penguin Classics use, or your
Oh,
own.
that's an incorrect translation.
Okay, you say that the Penguin Classics can't translate.
Yeah.
Auntie, don't go. Come back. Yemeni's a good person to speak to, I promise.
Thank you for giving me your example of local information, which is correct. That you say it's the Romans won a battle which Muhammad wanted them to.
Well, actually, the Romans are up north. I was going to tell you about what was happening in the locality when that happened. Okay, but you're very clear that you are not interested.
That's it. The Romans won a battle. We are. We read the New Testament scriptures and we see hundreds and hundreds of examples of local information which
are not
relates
corroborated.
to Palestine.
Okay.
We can't find anything here that relates to Mecca. This is the question. Only one thing which talked about two hills which don't exist.
Safa and Marwa, which I went to Safa and Marwa in November. I saw it myself.
You give us an example.
I was in Safa. The Quran mentions Safa and Marwa, right?
Yeah, I accept.
Safa and Marwa is
the
where?
Quran says that the right side won a battle.
No, Safa and Marwa, where are they located?
Well,
In the Quran, it mentions about Safa and Marwa. Oh yeah, well, okay. Geographical information. The Quran mentions Safa and Marwa. Where are those located?
It's good, isn't it? Oh, the guy over there.
Here's a big one. Keep quiet.
Yeah, it's the wrong translation. Anyway. Safa and Marwa is mentioned in the Quran. Okay. Now, I was at Safa and Marwa. I was.
Scholars.
No.
Of course,
We do not rely on the scholars. We do not rely on scholars if they are mistaken.
On what they can translate.
Look,
Or
the Quran is an
Christians,
ancient text.
Perhaps they translate
The Quran-
in a way that's biased
the Quran
to
is
their
not
side.
only an ancient
So
text.
I look
Auntie.
at a translation.
Yes,
which,
and I am telling
which
you.
we all consider, which in this country we consider to be fairly independent.
It's still wrong.
Independent doesn't mean correct.
Yeah, just because it's independent, it doesn't mean it's right.
It's not voracious if it's independent necessarily.
Yeah, you say it's not right. Penguins,
Because I know the
classics
Arabic.
would say it was right. So
No,
you are disputing. Okay.
With evidence.
I accept that the Quran does say that the Romans or Greeks, whoever it is,
But you asked for
won a
geographical
battle
knowledge.
which the Muslims wanted them to win.
But you also asked about geographical knowledge, and I mentioned Safa and Marwa.
Okay. Where is that? Where is that?
Okay, no problem. Let me find it for you. Because I'm not a memorizer of the Quran, but
No,
we can easily find it for you. It's not an issue.
Yes. So there are two names of places which you say are in present day.
I think it's in Surah Al-Baqarah.
And that was documented.
But I want to get the verse, inshallah.
That was documented from the time of Muhammad.
So chapter 2, verse 158.
2 verse 158. Okay, Safa and
Marwa.
God speakers, it shall be no
إن الصفا والمروة من شعائر الله.
archaeological evidence of these two places.
No,
at
not
the
archaeological
time.
evidence. Not archaeological evidence. Listen, Safa and Marwa is still being used today. I was there in November.
Okay, so you've got a Safa and Marwa.
Yeah, so chapter 2. Have you got chapter
Yes,
2
I've
verse
got
158?
that's
Read it.
here.
It's there,
It
right?
says, yes, Safa and Makkah are two of God's beacons. Okay.
Safa and Mecca, or does it say Safa and Marwa?
Marwa.
Marwa. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So you are saying there is archaeological evidence that they were there.
A mountain
at
is
the
not
time of Muhammad.
a hill is not archaeological evidence. Right? Safa and Marwa are two hills in Mecca.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. And where are those hills?
In Mecca. In Mecca. Today. I was there and I went between them 7 times in November.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So you think that there are two hills in Mecca?
No, we don't think. I was there.
Yes.
Who here has been Umrah?
This is.
So we got 4 brothers here, 5 including me, who have physically seen these 2 hills.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to dispute it?
So you have got something in Mecca which you would describe as
No,
a hill?
no. We are not describing them. They are hills.
How would you define a hill?
Oh, come on, Auntie. I mean, this is not a serious question. How to define a hill? Come on.
How would you define
Be sincere with yourself. Be sincere with yourself. Okay? A hill is a hill. Right? It's a mound of land made of earth.
Yes, and how big is this mountain to be a hill?
Well, a hill comes in various altitudes, no?
Undulations in this part.
So,
What would you
do we know, when we go to Chelsea or something, or the Highlands or whatever, some things are hills, some things are mountains, right? Look, everyone has pictures. Yeah.
like Highbury?
Yeah, Highbury Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a mountain. It's not.
No, okay.
It, in fact, it will
There are
be.
undulations. Well, I'm just wondering, I'm interested in this
Okay, so Auntie, what you have to understand is, Auntie, what you have to understand.
So we're going to have a look at these hills. Because a lot of people just don't.
Well, you have 5 eyewitnesses. You have 5 eyewitnesses here.
Very likely what you would consider a hill is things that we would consider a hill.
Don't bring it with a black hat on.
It's just a pile of rocks.
No. In fact,
Pile of rocks.
So what happened?
Yeah. No, I understand it's a pile of rocks. I
No,
couldn't
no, 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 no.
understand because most people
It's
thought that
it's actually so the image that you see. So the image. So Adam. Oh, this is an older image. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
No, that's okay. I understand. There's two piles of rocks which you run between. That explains it to me.
So that's
Which is, because most people just think that Mecca is on a plain and there's
No, so the whole of-
few
so-
undulations.
so-
but
So here's
I
a,
see
so here's an
that.
interesting
It's a pile of rocks.
so here's an interesting fact. When it comes to archaeological evidence of Mecca, do you know?
That is interesting. No, I can understand.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Because that's quite clearly.
Yeah, so these are the hills.
That's fine. That's clarified it to me. Your two hills are two piles of rocks.
They're not piles of
That's
rocks.
fine. That looks like a pile of rocks. Okay.